Hello everybody, my name is Merc, back with more Elden Ring. This is the same session as last time. I've not sat down, so enemies should still be dead. Let's go back up here. As I kind of alluded to at the end of the last episode, we're going to travel along some rooftops rather than go across the falcon-ridden ramparts. Would be the other option down below there. Why is there a wooden path here? Just leads down to where the other site of grace is. So the issue with us going this way is it kind of seems like there are tons of different paths you can take. Let's see if there's anything along this wall. Just a message there. And some death over there. So, not quite sure what the plan is. I kind of want to do a run jump and go onto this other tower here. Seems like if we fall, we are going to land to the right, so it's not that big of a deal. We have made it to the crumbling tower. There's a rooftop with an item below us. I guess we want to go inside the crumbling tower now since we made the commitment to get in here. I had a feeling that was a hole. I kind of wanted to test it though. Stone sword key. How many of these do we have now? 7. Quite a bit. Enough where we don't need to worry about it for the moment. I do hear weird chirping. I don't know if that means there's a bird. Oh, does mean there's a bird. This bird has a rapier on its face. It was a bad miss. We had a free attack. It's got like a flint on its face. Dang. What's going on with this bird? It does look like it has like kind of like a flint on its face. Well, that was odd. Probably don't want to fall down there. Let's see what this item is. Got some smokestacks. Some chimneys spewing. Dozing cross legs. Time for sleep. Again, finding a gesture on the top of a structure. Maybe we can fall down here. Oh, there's a white fog wall. Acquiring some stone sword keys over there, so... High road and then be wary of group. So it looks like you can jump up there. You can also jump over here, potentially. Can I read this message? Not here. I wonder how much of a different encounter this place is if you just went through the middle. I imagine it just means you're going to fight a lot more enemies like at once. Actually, now that I'm looking down there, that's quite a barricade they got going. 3 different arbalists. 4, in fact, that are mounted. And by mounted, I mean, what do I mean? I don't know the word for that. They, the crossbows are ballistas. They're attached to the ground. We did find our way up. I imagine there's a group here. One of them already turned. What happens if I go along this path? There's 3 here. That complicates things a lot. I'm a little worried about this encounter. Wow, that simplified things a lot. I was unsure how much damage the ground stomp would do. But I imagine it scales off of how much damage our Great Axe does in general. So the answer is a lot. It did a lot of damage there. I'm actually very pleased that that's how that went down. Alright, so we can go up once again. I'm curious about that Stone Sword Key area, though. Some windows below with a message in front of them. Does look like you can just drop down from this location, assuming we ever go down there. I very much don't know where we are in relation to the entrance now. Apparently we're quite a ways in and a bit to the left. It doesn't really answer my question, though. So far, I am enjoying the level design in this area more so than just the open world experience. I do enjoy the open world experience for the most part, but there's definitely moments of dullness in between the action, which is obviously intentional because that's how open world games work. We got a Claw Talisman. Enhances jump attacks, depicting a claw and an assassin. The assassins of Ravenmount are killers by trade. They assail their victims while dressed as birds of prey. That's cool. Let's try that. Because I think we do use jump attacks a little more often than charge attacks. Just because they're easier to set up for sure. Now the question is, where do we fall? Where do we go now? I guess we're gonna go down here. There's a message over there. I don't think we can get over there, but I'm gonna try. Wow, we did. Okay, I did not expect us to be able to make that jump. Okay, so that's back where we did the ground slam. Doesn't seem like there's anything over here. Probably just drop down here. Definitely not chopping down there. Check the map again. Yeah, that appears they're all looking towards the center, towards the Stormveil Gate is what I'll call it, the entranceway that we could have taken by Gatekeeper Gostoc. So, we've kind of done a bit of a lap now. We got the item that we wanted, or an item I should say. Let's drop down here now. Tried to land on the ledge there. That message disappeared. Y'all saw that message, right? Well, looks like we're dropping down here now. Get another halberd knight. Oh, plump sword. We're a little too large to get into that window. I don't think we've been in that room at all. An item in front of a statue. I am intrigued. There's also the Stone Sword Key on the other side of that pit. Let's sneak around for a moment. See what we find on top of this wall. This rampart. I'm a little worried about this encounter. So I think the plan is we take out the Arbalist, the man with the crossbow, and then we fight this one one-on-one. Of course, he's got a stab. Dang, that's quite a moveset. Good roll out of being knocked on the ground. Do a jump attack, not that it mattered at all. 283 damage. Seemed alright. Not sure how much damage we were doing with just regular attacks there. See if we can figure out how much of a bonus that is. Got some more exile soldiers. Oh, they got dragonfire guns down there as opposed to crossbows. And there is the initial gate, maybe. Oh, hello. You're just slowly walking forward with a crossbow in your hand. That was not the smartest play you could have did. I'll say that. $313 damage. We also got the bonus because he was at mid-attack animation. Nomadic Warrior Cookbook 10. What does that give us? Stormwing Bone Arrows. Okay. And what does that give us? Arrow whittled from animal bones, fletched with stormhawk feathers. Flies enshrouded in storm winds, breaking enemy stances and guards with ease. Okay. That could be useful for someone not named Demerk, because I doubt I will ever use it. Looks like we can fall down here. Kind of just falling all the way down to the front gate. Which kind of worries me a little bit. What happens if we go down this ladder? Doesn't look like there's anything immediately dangerous. Kind of want to draw out, though, anything that is dangerous. Looks like that is how that's going down. I'm assuming this man's about to chase us, but it doesn't look like it, actually. Well, that's odd. Let's go this way. Okay. That does simplify things, if he's going to climb the ladder. This is an odd little location. Doesn't look like there's anything up here. I don't know why you'd want to fall down where we did. It looks like this enemy is very confused as to how to reach us. Aim for the head. Oh, you poor, poor fellow. Shoot him in the butt. Got a ladder falling animation. Alright, let's go deal with this halberd wielder. And by halberd, I mean great axe. Looks to be the thorned great axe from before. We're not two-handing, we still did 332 damage. That was with the jump attack, though. Yes, yes, liar ahead. This is the front gate. Try running. I'm not gonna run from this man. It did kill us once before. Oh. 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 Definitely try running. Try running! Could just use a fire pot as well. In fact, let's use the fire grease for the first time. See how long this lasts. 331 damage, 317. So about... Was it 331? Okay, it seemed like the fire caused a little bit more stagger there. We might not have got away with the trade if we didn't have the weapon on fire. I only say that because after we hit the hooded knight there, he kinda was like shaken. As opposed to a typical stagger. Festering Bloody Finger ×3. We have been using them. So I guess I'm not going to complain about finding more. Man, we are not at the gate still. This is quite the horrible area to walk through if you just walk through the front door. Interesting. So Gatekeeper Gustok was not lying to us. We are very much just finding our way down though, and I'm not a big fan of that. Some arrows, they're encouraging us to shoot enemies from above, perhaps. Got some more ballista below. I expected this area to be pretty complex, but this is exceeding expectations, I'll say that. Right, so we did not go to where that Stone Sword Key location was. Can we get back up there? We didn't make any committing jumps to come down here, right? So I sort of feel like we could just go back. This is the front gate. There should be 3 items down there. In the distance. Yeah, you can see the corpses, but the items haven't spawned yet. The item entities. Anything down here? I doubt it. Big ol' pit of death. Alright. Humor me as we climb back up and see. Actually, we did kind of just jump down here, did we not? Oh, no, there was a ladder. So yeah, we might be able to get back up to where I want to be. Maybe. Yeah, we definitely can. Part of me wants to snipe all these dudes from up here. Some of them I imagine can fire back. Because I definitely don't want to go down there and then fight them as they want to be fought. They got quite a barricade down there. We went on quite a journey. We can also go this way. I noticed this building over here. Looks like stables almost. It looks like a blind. A hunting fort. There's a weird enemy over there. It's got some blisters or pustules on it. Some crimson rot, potentially. It does kind of look like we can... Actually, maybe not. I was going to say jump on this roof and then go to the other side over there, but I don't think we can. Looks like if we jump on this roof, they're going to encourage us to jump in the hole. Therefore, end up inside of this little building. There is a staircase that leads down. Lots of items. I imagine the majority of the items on the floor are golden runes. What was left of the men who tried to storm the castle. Or tried to flee. Okay, so we are almost at the area where we can fall. We're definitely falling this way now. Behold danger. I believe it. This does not seem safe in the slightest, but we're doing it. This is why I didn't come down here. This is a statue of someone pouring out liquid. This is a white item though, so I'm not expecting a whole lot. Somber Smithing Stone 2. Got some hype seeing a Somber Smithing Stone, but we need 3s, not 2s. Got a building, or rather, a room in here. Oh. One of those. That is what we hear clambering. We also have, weary of dog. A lot of limbs hanging from the ceiling. I imagine that might be the grafting room. Let us use a stone sword key here. We actually got one earlier, so that's handy. Now we're back to 6. We found ourselves in an armory. Good old jump attacks. Iron Wet Blade. It's a new key item, I imagine. Seems we're safe. Grants choice of affinity upgrade to weapon. Iron Wet Blade with a cipher engraved. Can be used as a whetstone knife. When applying an affinity using Ashes of War, an additional affinity of heavy, keen, or quality can be chosen. That's awesome. So it means whatever Ash of War we choose now, we don't need to... We can use this, but we don't need to add magic to it. We can also still add the heavy affinity, which is super cool. We might actually use some of these now. Alright, that's for a later date, though. Hawk Crest Wooden Shield. Let's read that as well. Tall, medium-sized wooden shield, light for its size, easy to handle, adorned with a long, forgotten crest of Stormveil, ancient in design. Okay, so Stormveil theoretically is quite an old nation. The Misericord. That's a new type of weapon, or new rapier. It's a dagger, in fact. Dagger favored by military physicians in white. Pointed blade is hard and sharp, making critical hits especially potent. Does 140 critical damage. Medicine is mercy, and mercy upon the battlefield is ruthless. Beware the killers, clothed as men of compassion. Oh, I didn't even notice this man. Oh, because he's not a man, he's the one we stole the whetstone from. Working on his blacksmith, or on his anvil. Jeez. Oh, hello. Howdy. Alright. Good trade. I took very little damage. There's really nothing over here? That worries me. I thought for sure this would be the other side of that door, but I guess we're like quite a ways away from that white fog wall we saw earlier. I'm just looking at the statue again. Yeah, this is like a statue of, if this was a tarot card, it'd be Temperance. Pouring out the water. What item did we get there? Oh yeah, Somber Smithing Stone. That seems like an odd item to get. You don't see me. You don't see me. Oh, it sees me. Not pleased that it sees me. I don't know if we're going to try battling this thing, but I think if we are, let's put on some fire grease. And let's also barricade shield, which I imagine makes my shield slightly better. Looks like it is just this thing in this room. Let's maybe even just run. Held my shield out and backstepped. Alright, we ran successfully. This is where the bonfire is. I have to imagine. Indeed. Let's go back down. It's like a pit below the elevator. I was using the camera just to see. Hello. Nice to see one of you again. It's been a while. I thought about going down to the Fringe Folk Hero's grave again, but the fact that there were two of them in there discouraged me greatly. Oh, we got some dogs here. Okay. I just wanted to ensure that it was a one-on-one fight. A lot of bodies down here. Oh, what the heck? That's a hanging troll corpse, missing a leg and an arm. Are these the chrysalids mentioned by... Oh, this is a big dog. This is a big boy. Chrysalids mentioned by the handmaiden. I can't remember her name. I'm gonna check again if she's still there. She's not. That's kind of concerning. We got a lump of flesh. Chrysalids memento. So these are the chrysalids. I imagine that was a key item. Once again, I did not look, and it was. Brooch wrapped in red velvet. Memento left by the chrysalids sacrificed for grafting. Traces of blood are visible. Faintly visible spirits try to convey something, but their voices cannot be heard. This is a long shot, and I mostly just want to test. Can we not even use this? How much FP do we have? 39, so we can use it, just not here. Yeah, I'm curious if this spirit jellyfish ash, apparently name of Aurelia, might be involved with a quest. So you should know that I'm scared because I'm actually using a shield for once. I'll just say we have a history dying to this thing. And by history, I think I mean one time. Oh, it knows. It knows. Alright, I don't think we have time to put on fire grease. That's the attack that killed us last time. We are doing damage. That was some not terrible damage. I am running away, bravely. Running away. What are the chances it's gonna chase us? Doesn't look like it. A couple halberd knights up there. It is not chasing us. Oh, this one's actually got a spear. Couple cauldrons. Nice effort. I don't mind men who try to shield me because usually it means I can hit them twice. This man started patrolling as we approached. We triggered his AI. Can we open this? Does not open from this side. We got a friggin' key though! Alright, that's fair. These halberd knights scare me a little bit. Enough to make me wary. I don't think it noticed us yet. I thought I was going to patrol to this other side of the room, but it looks like it's got like a U-shaped patrol. Okay, so our normal jump attack did 450 damage, and then our normal heavy attack did 297. I'm going to assume that it was also boosted by the fact that it was unaware of us. Mimic's Veil. Again, I did not see what type of item it was. It was a usable item. Golden Veil of Intricate Design uses FP to mimic nearby objects. When Godric was hounded from Lanedale, the royal capital, this was one of the multitude of treasures he took with him, also known as Marika's Mischief. Didn't take that much FP to use. And we're now disguised as a suit of armor on a rack. We try running, we cancel it. Makes sense. That's intriguing. The fact that it's just an item you can use whenever. That's pretty cool. Because in previous games you had to have a very specific item to use it, and they were usually hard to find. So if we jump down over here, it doesn't look like we can get back up. Actually, no, there aren't enough sandbags that we can just get back up. I think. I committed. Okay, we can. Let's go see what this item is. Exile Greaves. Old Pickled Foulfoot. Let's read about the Greaves real quick. I doubt there's going to have some interesting information. We have to use these pants with our loadout. Anything heavier, and we are at a heavy load. Yeah, same description as the gauntlets. They are sent to penal colonies. So does this mean this is actually Stormveil has been turned into a prison? It is theoretical. Oh, that's a good message. I don't know if I would have saw this ladder here. We're on the other side of the giant now, so we can drop down and maybe open up the door. Alright, we already explored that little section. Is that where the ladder is and it just hasn't spawned the ladder? I could have sworn we climbed up a ladder right here. Yeah, we absolutely did. It's funny that the ladder didn't spawn an entity that was culled to ensure that not too much is being rendered at once, and therefore it hopefully doesn't lag up your computer as much. That was a bad jump down, but it's fine. So we can open up this door now. If we ever want to go back into the room with the grafted spider creature. I don't, for the record. Be wary of left. Yep. About right. Nope. Surprised this man didn't wake up when we were attacking the... or in this room below. Oh, there it is, directly below us. Exile armor as well. Damage armor draped with large, deep red cloth. If we put on this cloth or commoner's garb, we can equip some other armor, but it doesn't seem wise. Pickled turtleneck times 3. And a stone sword key. Part of me wants to go fight the grafted spider. The other part of me wants to run away and never think of it again. Did we look over there on the other side of this area? We must have, right? No, we haven't. We've not gone through that tunnel, and those are the windows that we were too large to go through. In fact, there's an enemy over there, which confirmed my suspicions that we've not been over there. So let's run through here again. Go into this library room of sorts. I guess an office. Right, we got distracted by going to the left over there. Alright, well, we're continually making progress at least. And we do have a shortcut to go fight this thing, assuming we want to go fight it at some point. It's a little bit of cramped quarters down there, so the idea is not too enticing. At the same time, though, if we can take on that one, then I'll feel better about going back down to the Fringe Folk Hero's grave at some point. My plan was to, after clearing out Stormveil, to go back there. And maybe even go back to Caelid. But that's for a later date. Let's focus on clearing out the castle first. Found ourselves in another quiet room. A study or some maid's quarters, perhaps. Didn't even see that corpse. Saw the message first. Ah, nice looking out the window and seeing a gross, rotting troll corpse. Quite the decor they got going on in this building. I'm gonna call these ones Stormveil Knights and the other ones Exiles. Stormveil Knights quite a bit scarier. That was some decent damage at least. Oh, I didn't think both of them were going to attack. Oh, I thought he was pulling out his horn. I was just rushing him because I was scared. Okay. Find ourselves at another ladder. I really don't know where I am in relation to, like, anything else. Is that an item all the way down there? There's like a white fire down there. It does look like we can traverse down there. Definitely not by jumping off, but maybe we'll find our way down there eventually. One of the items did suggest that Stormveil might have a hidden secret. I wonder if this was a way to approach. We found an item down there. Oh, is this an elevator? Does not appear so. Is this where the Site of Grace is? That also does not seem to be the case. Seems to be a library of sorts down there. Hidden path ahead, by the way, rolling required. I mean, no. You don't require a roll. What's with this gargoyle perch right there? The rest of them are broken. Golden Rune 2. Got some bats down there. And it looks like a way down, theoretically. More items. There's so much in this area. This doesn't even look like that big of a friggin' castle, but like now that we're in here, it's so complex. I don't trust this fall. Let's go this side. Where it's a little less likely we're gonna die. Probably should have looked for a way out. All that for some kukri. How do we get out of here? Going through the window of corpse. Of corpse. That's quite a Freudian slip. Freudian slip. We're in a chapel. Well. Oh. Hello. We can't attack here. That icon on the left represents our inability to attack. Who are you? I'm assuming you might be Roger that we encountered at the start?
Nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Roger is the name.
Roger.
A sorcerer, as you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is.
Relatable.
Enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormveil Castle? This place is bristling with tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
I mean, I am here to defeat Godric. Let's just tell him.
I see. Here to challenge Godric and lay your hands upon a great rune, are you? You can see it then, I take it. The guidance of grace. Well, enjoy it while you can. I'm tarnished, like you. But unlike you, I've seen neither hide nor hair of this guidance for the longest time. Still, I won't forget how it felt when I first came here, to the lands between. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? As a fellow tarnished, once guided by grace, I'd love to help you out, if it please.
What you got? Ash of War, Glintstone Pebble. Grants magic affinity. Skill that employs the glintstone sorcery of the same name. Follow up with a strong attack to chain this skill into a lunging thrust performed while the armament is still imbued with glintstone. I'm just gonna buy it. Ash of War, Carrion Greatsword. Carrion Royal prestige embodied in a skill. Transform blade into a magical greatsword and swing it down. It can be charged to increase its power. Buy that as well. And then the spinning weapon Ash of War. Defensive skill employed by Carrion princesses. Lifts armaments into midair, then makes it spin violently. Those it touches will suffer successive attacks. Buy that as well.
The battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Rea Lucaria, to the north of this castle.
Okay.
In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
I feel like that was an important piece of lore, but I didn't quite internalize it. It seemed like the Golden Order, even though some things resist it, it still kind of absorbs it, theoretically absorbs it into its prophecy anyway, which might suggest or might explain why we have those assassin incantations. Also, now that I think about it, I just want to double check. Assassin skills, or assassin spells rather. Oh, we don't even have any of them. I thought we bought one or two. Did we? Now I'm double checking because I'm doubting myself. Yeah, we did not. Yeah, assassin spells used to be sorceries in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I highly doubt there's anything up here. We can't even get up here. Wow. We have jumping in the game and they still have some staircases you can't get up. Okay, so this leads back up. And this is the path back to where we approached from, where the grafted spider creature is. And then over here, got some men. They really don't want to mess with us, eh? Well, I apologize, but not really. Sorry, not sorry. It appears this is a bit of a dead end, then. Which is unfortunate. I'm trying to see where we may have came from. This area is very complicated, and I feel like I'm missing stuff. I probably am. Okay, so those are the towers where we got the jump talisman at. That is the roof where the flame bird was. So we have not explored that rampart wall yet. But actually, this kind of sates my curiosity, because seems like we've explored a lot of this area. We have not explored over there, though. I just saw a rat creeping along. I hear it squeaking. Just gonna have a look over here. Right, just a big old wall. Big old wall and a big old pit. Big old pit. Kind of looks like some dead space. My telescope sort of confirmed my suspicions there. Is it time to fight this grafted spider now? I think it might be. We just walked past these men. And by walk, I mean ran when we were running away from the spider. Just making sure it's patrolling the other direction. Exalted flesh. Oh, there's another doorway over there that we didn't look at. I'm a little worried about this. I want to take out these dudes. Commoner's headband altered. Okay, let's go back up. Let's go back up. Did seem like the spider did not want to mess with us up here. What about this headband that was altered? Headband with a cloth removed. Standard wear for commoners. Only there are no commoners remaining with their wits about them. Think we can do a stealth mission here? There is a painting here. That's certainly got to be Godric. Highland axe. Ooh, baby. A new axe. Just want to get to an even more safe location. Let's turn on the light. The lantern. It does just lead up. Let's look at this axe now then. The Highland axe. This reminds me of... Oh, it's got a critical boost. It reminds me of an axe from Dark Souls 2/3. I think he was in both games. It was a a weird NPC that had a lightning axe. Something of Mira, I believe. Single-sided axe used by warriors of the Highlands. Brave combatants begin battle by crying out their names. Roars are enhanced by this weapon. Roars are enhanced. So if we put on another roar skill instead of war cry, it might be better. It's interesting. It's also interesting that it has a critical scaling, but now that I'm looking at it, it does 3 less scaling damage than our battle axe does. To me, that means that it scales less overall, even when fully upgraded. Not to say it's completely useless or anything, but I don't think I'm interested. All that for 10 arrows. Alright, where does this lead? Oh, onto the battlefield. Where there's 30 men pointing dragonfire guns. A couple men saw. Thankfully, just a couple arbalists. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this so much that I'd rather deal with the grafted spider. Never thought I'd say that. So here we go. It's still damaged. I don't want to try for a sneaky charge attack. We're going for the jump instead. That did big damage. Wow. Alright. Well, assuming the other grafted spiders are not much more powerful, maybe we do have the capabilities of taking them on. Stanching boluses. This has got to be Godric, though. Likely strong foe. I like that. He appears to have an axe of his own. And I don't know if that means he has a pet. Spirit of a lion. Or an actual lion pet. That's cool, though. I do appreciate seeing portraits of the Golden Age. I did hear something collapse, but I think it might just be the rat we saw earlier. And then there was nothing in here. Just a dead end. Right, I just want to double check. Yeah, there was a message about futility over here. How do we get on top of this building? There is an elevator right here that we can take now, so let's take that. Might call this an episode soon. Let me check the time. Yeah, throat is getting a little sore. This will be the 3rd video I recorded today. And also, I worked today. Before we touch that site of grace or think about ending the video, let us see if we can get on top of this rat building. Imagine if there's any opportunity to do so, it would be from up here, where everything is still dead. We didn't even get this item down there. If we fall down, are we trapped? That's the question I'm asking now. Okay, so this is the big wall on the other side of the rat building. So that means the rat building is... this must be the rat building then. It's not, though. quite confused as to the layout now. We're dropping down here. Didn't take damage. Smithing stone too. Do not fall down there. Looks like we can make a little path. It looks like we are approaching the rat building, maybe. Yeah, there it is. A building with some rats. Do we want to fall? I don't think so. You know what time it is. Time for the best item in the game, the rainbow stone. Okay, did not scream. Do we put on cotton? We don't need cotton. Okay, I was gonna say, this really could not be a dead end, is it? I mean, it could be a dead end. In fact, it kinda is, because it just leads back to this location over here. So theoretically, we could have gotten to this room without using the stone sword key. That said, we got so many of them. It's not really an issue. Double check that there's nothing down here. Nope. That looks like a death hole if I've ever seen one. So I think that might be the end for this episode. We went through and platformed our way across some rooftops. We could... Let me just look at what's going on here. So we can climb back up again and climb the rampart wall. Or go this way. Actually, wait. No, there is no rampart wall. If we climb back up there, it just leads to the rooftops again. And I think we, went through that area to my satisfaction. At least for now. If we see a future item, who knows? Is that an NPC? No, that can't be. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it is. Looks like a commoner. Well, I think I'm gonna call this an episode, as I mentioned before, end it in the exact same spot where we started. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, folks.